Howdy folks, and welcome to the Hillbilly Kitchen. Today we're going to be making fresh squeezed lemonade. Okay, lemonade isn't complicated and it doesn't take a whole lot to make it, but it is one of those things that really brings back a lot of good memories from summertime, from when you were a child, and even when your children were children. I mean, it's just one of those things that generations have shared. So what you need is, for a half a gallon, that's what I'm making, anywhere from 4 to 8 lemons. And now it depends on how big your lemons are and how strong or how concentrated you want your lemonade to be. And when you juice your lemons, you're gonna want anywhere between 1 and 1/2 cup of lemon juice. And then you need equal parts lemon juice and sugar. So if you have 1.5 cups of lemon juice, you're gonna want about 1.5 cups of sugar. And you can adjust it up or down a little bit to suit your taste, but if you don't get it sweet enough, it's really not good. I mean, it's not a low calorie drink and it's not a low sugar drink. It still doesn't have as much sugar in it, even if you go all the way with 1.5 cups of sugar, as what canned sodas and stuff have. So it's not bad for you. It's not something, though, like I said, you're going to have every day. So go ahead and put the sugar in it. You want to squeeze and zest your lemons. The lemon zest is important. It adds color and flavor, and it gives it that really wonderful smell. So don't make lemonade without zesting your lemons. Now, I always use filtered water in mine, and I just make it in a jar that has a lid I can put on it so that I can shake my sugar up in my water and get it to dissolve. This is a recyclable milk jug. A lot of people will boil the water on the stove and make a syrup to melt the sugar. That just is not necessary. But before you start with your lemons, go ahead and dump your sugar in your jar. And I'm actually using about 1.33 cups of sugar. I don't have quite 1.5 cups. And you can shake this sugar up in this water now. And if any of it settles out, you can give it another little shake before you put your lemon juice in, and that way you're sure it's all dissolved good in your water. Like I said, I just don't think it's necessary to boil water on the stove to make lemonade. Okay, and once you have all your sugar in there, put your lid on tight, make sure the lid is on it, and give it a shake. Okay, we'll let that sit while we work on these lemons. Now, there are a few tricks to juicing the lemon and zesting it. First, you want to make sure you wash it really, really good. Zest it first. Now, when you're zesting it, be sure you remember not to get into the white part of the lemon. And I have already juiced and zested 3 lemons, and I've got about maybe 3/4 cup of juice in here. I know my little juicer only holds 1.5 cups of juice, so I don't really have to measure my juice. You want to roll the lemons on your countertop after you've zested them and before you cut them to juice them. And what this does is it busts up the pulp inside and you get more juice out, and it makes it a little easier when you start squeezing it. Cut your lemon in half if you're using this kind of juicer. There are other ways to do it, and you can even get big citrus presses, but they're pretty expensive and really unnecessary if you're just going to be making a little lemonade every now and then. Okay, I need at least 1 more lemon. Now, how many lemons and how much lemon juice you use in this is going to kind of be determined on how you're going to be drinking it or where you're going to be drinking it. If you have time to chill it so that it gets cold and it's not going to melt the ice the minute that it's poured into the glass, and you're enjoying it maybe indoors or On a cooler day, you know the temperature is going to be pretty low, so the ice isn't going to melt real fast. You can certainly get away with a cup of lemon juice in half a gallon of lemonade. But if you're going to be making it and drinking it right away, you're not going to have time to chill it. It's going to be 90 degrees outside and your ice is going to be melting fast. You want to do at least the cup and a half of lemon juice, because it will taste watered down when you drink it if all your ice is melted in it and your lemonade is too weak. Yeah, I've talked on here before about how when I was a kid nothing was thrown away. Well, all of these lemons that I have used here would be saved or used immediately to scrub pots or stove tops or even the oven. I remember more than once they would clean the stove when they would make lemonade, and you just sprinkle a little salt on the top of the stove and then take the lemon that you've squeezed and scrub the top of the stove with it, and it really cleans it up good. You can do the same thing if you've got pans that have stuff burned on them. The lemon oil and the lemon juice mixed with the salt really will shine stuff back up if it's got burned on stuff on it. Alright, that's enough lemon juice there to make my lemonade. I've got at least a cup and a third of lemon juice. And like I said, I don't need to measure it because I know how much this little juicer holds. Get the top off. If you have one of these, don't try to use that pour spout because your juice will leak out around the top. It doesn't really seal good, and you'll lose half your lemon juice. It'll just make a mess. I don't know why in the world they even put that there. Okay, you can see some of our sugar did settle back out, but that's okay because we can give it another shake. The lemon juice itself, the citrus in it, also helps to dissolve the sugar. You know, like I said, I don't worry about heating the water and making a syrup. I don't have any problem with it dissolving by the time I'm finished making the lemonade. And I don't worry about it if I get a seed in it. I mean, you're not going to get much in it, but if you get a little, it's not the end of the world. Okay, and we have quite a bit of lemon zest here. I used 5 lemons in mine. You don't necessarily have to put it all in there if you don't want to. You can save some of it in the refrigerator for other recipes, but I usually do put it all in. And we're just going to add enough water to finish making our half a gallon of lemonade. You can see how much color that zest adds. I mean, as soon as you add it, the whole bottle turns yellow. And it wasn't really yellow before, it was white. Leave a little room so that you can shake it again and mix it up. You can see the really nice color that gives it. Some people, they don't like the zest because you can see it in lemonade, but personally I think that makes it even better because real lemonade isn't crystal clear, and real lemonade does have some lemon in it. It has the zest, it has the pulp, and that's part of what makes it good, and that's I guess part of the memories. You're certainly not going to get the smell without the zest. And like I said, the pulp adds the zest is what adds the color. So I think it's necessary. Now as this sits, you can see how all the zest is on top here. It will settle down and get in the lemonade more. and it won't be so separate from it. But that takes a little bit of time, so it is best if you make it at least a few hours ahead of time and put it in the refrigerator and chill it. It tastes better, it will be stronger when you pour it over your ice, and you'll have a lot more flavor in it. Another good idea, if you're going to be serving this on a hot day, is put glasses in your refrigerator and frost them, and then fill them with ice to serve it. It keeps it colder, and it adds again something else to it, that frosty glass. So I hope you give this a try this summer. Frost you a few glasses and find a nice shady spot somewhere and sit out and enjoy a summer breeze and a glass of lemonade. Thanks for joining us in the Hillbilly Kitchen. Don't forget to click like and subscribe before you leave. And until next time, remember to put God first.